శ్రీనివాస్ మంత్రి
ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తున్నారా ఏంటి సామలపట్టు
अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलम् श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Pranam Prabhu. So I welcome all the devotees for today's session. So mādhurya kādambinī. Okay. So let us start with our we'll continue our discussion. So yesterday we were discussing about
Gopal.
the first offense, Satam Ninda. So that means blasphemy. Ninda means it can be 6 types according to the Bhakti Sandarbha. Ninda can be possible in 6 ways. Not only just 6, but it can be even more also. But according to the Sandarbha, so from the reference given in the Sandarbha, so we are understanding Ninda is 6 ways. One is killing or beating of the Vaishnavas. It also comes under the Ninda. And second is so blaspheming. Third is so not appreciating. Fourth is showing anger. And fifth, not become happy after getting the darshan. And one more I missed. One more thing is, anyone wrote, noted that?
Not becoming pleased, not becoming pleased.
By seeing darshan, that is the last one. Before that is acha, hating. One more is hating, actually, yes.
Hatred.
So these are the different ways actually. And so how to, if any offense happened towards the Vaishnavas, so first is one should go, offender has to go to that Vaishnava and fell on his lotus feet and ask the forgiveness. This, if he is not going to forgive because of the severity of the offense, what should be done? So then offender will be behaving such a way, so the offended Vaishnava will be, so become happy. That means he'll be doing whatever the favorable activities are, liking activities. So those offender will be doing. And still he is not pleased. Then with full of repenting mood, offender should take the shelter of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Sankirtan, and with full of deep feeling and repenting for his own mistake, and take that means leaving all the activities and fully take the shelter of Harinam, Sankirtan. And so he will be, so by doing that by power of this Sankirtan, he will be relieved from that offense very soon. But offender should not think that this person is not forgiving me even after So completely bowing down to him and asking offenses. Okay, no problem. So I will take the shelter of holy name and leave him, no problem. And whatever offense I did, that will be reduced by continual chanting of Hare Krishna. So that is enough. So like that, if he thinks, instead of feeling repenting, so then what will happen? Then that is also once again offense towards the holy name. So then after that, we also discussed one more point. So which Vaishnava? Vaishnava means who? So that means not offending Vaishnavas means who are those Vaishnavas? Who are having all the good qualities explained in the Bhagavatam 11th canto, 11th chapter by Krishna. So Vaishnava should have all those qualities, then only offense is considered. And if we do any offense towards the other Vaishnavas, so who are not having those qualities, so will not be considered as offense. What is the here answer? No. Even if you if you see that some devotee who is having some kind of, who is not developed, who is not fully developed all the good qualities explained in that Bhagavatam, the Krupalur Akruta Droha Titikshu Sarvadehina, but still one can yes, whoever is doing, whoever is doing uh, whoever is doing the Ananya Bhakti, of course he is not having this kind of qualities. So he has to be respected, and showing disrespect towards him definitely will become offense. So Vaishnava means, according to Bhagavad Gita also, apiche sudurachara bhajate mam ananya bhak. Whoever is doing the Ananya Bhakti, so he is, of course, he is not fully purified in his heart, but still he is considered as Vaishnava, and offending him will be considered as Vaishnava Aparad. So that will be leading to the Nama Aparad. So this is the thing we discussed. Then after that, we also have seen next another small part. So what is that? Kincha. So that, oh, sorry. Sometimes great Vaishnavas, they may not take it as offense. So then in that case, if anyone offend the great Vaishnava Mahabhagavat, what we should take? Whether that will be, in that case, that offender will get the result of that offense or not, because since the Vaishnava is so great, so that's why he is not taking it as an offense. Then what we should do? So what should we means? So what is the result actually? That offender will get the result of that offense or not? Yes, of course, Vaishnava is not feeling it as offense, but the dust of the dust on the lotus feet of that Vaishnava, Mahavaishnava. So that dust will be giving the result for that offense. So that we have discussed, and today we'll be continuing our discussion further. One second. In the Hindi book, so page number 163. 163. So what is that? Kincha. I will share the screen. किंचा दुरवगम निष्कारणके क्वचित् कृपादृष्टौ प्रभविष्णौ सच्चिदानंद चरिते क्वचिन् महाभागवत मौलौ तु न कापि मर्यादा प्राप्नोति पर्याप्नोति यथा शिबिकां वाहयति कटुक्ति विषवर्षिण्यपि रहुगणे जडभरतस्य कृपा. Next, what is the discussion further? So how the great Vaishnavas sometimes they show great mercy, even opposite person is offending. So in the previous section we have seen the great Vaishnava, Mahabhagavat is not taking that offense, but yes, the dust at his lotus feet will be so giving the result of that offense. So now what we are seeing, sometimes they are not, that great Vaishnavas, they are not taking any offense, even if they are offended by someone, but on top of that, they are showing the mercy also, and they are uplifting them also. So that is also possible. So that's why there is no standard reason for the showing mercy by great Vaishnavas. So you cannot make any rule or any standard reason behind the great Vaishnavas' mercy. So because they are independent. Swachchanda charite. That means they act independently. Krupa drishtau kapi maryada na paryapnoti. You cannot find out any systematic reason or any system. You cannot find out any system in showing mercy by a great Mahabhagavats. Nakapi maryada paryapnoti. Examples are given here. Sibikam. Yata Sibikam vahayati katukti vishavarshинyapi rahugane Sri Jadabharatasya Krupa. Sri Jadabharatasya Krupa. So we all know the story. Sibikam vahayati. That means Palkin. So Rahugana, he was a king. Savirarashtra king, that means from South India, he is from Karnataka Desh. So he was the king for Karnataka Desh. So he was going to somewhere by his palkin, and 4 assistants were carrying that. But all of a sudden, what happened? So one among that 4 got injured or became sick, I think. So not able to take forward. So that palkin, so he cannot contribute as a carrier. So then they were looking for alternative to fill that place. So then after that, they saw in that nearby place one strong Brahmana. He is having full muscles and very stout and strong. And these other carriers requested him, so can you help? But that Brahmana is nothing but Jadabharat, who is completely out of bodily platform. He is, of course, all of you know that he is previously Bharata Maharaj. He became the Hiran deer, and now, so in this life, he became as this Brahmana, Jadabharat. But he is full of conscience about the Krishna and always meditating in the Lord. always meditating on the Lord in his heart. So he is fully absorbed in the Krishna consciousness every moment. He's completely out of the bodily platform. So he doesn't have any kind of prize or otherwise any so insult or anything, mana, omana. So rahitam. So but that Jada, so then he accepted their request, and he also became the carrier, and all four were carrying from four sides. Then Jadabharata is so careful in everything because he has no enmity with any living entity, and he is very much careful in putting his step so while walking, and he was seeing that is there any animal is going there, and with that after with consciousness he was walking, and because of this what happened, he was not able to sync with other three carriers, and because of this, so in that palkin, so king was sitting Rahugana, and he was feeling bad. So that means he is feeling jerk actually, and because of this he scolded that Jadabharat. So, oh young man, what, no, old man actually, he's young but he's saying old man like sarcastically. He uses so many words, he abuses by speaking the sarcastic words. We can see that in the 5th canto. I'm not exactly remembering the dialogues, but then after that, so still that means after he scolded first time, and but still Jadabharata is in the same so consciousness. He is not having any obligation for following the king's words, and but he is always careful in the putting his step, and always taking care of all other living entities. They should not fall in, so they should not trust by his feet, by his step. Okay, so then once again Rahugana scolds so severely. Then so Jadabharata so started saying the difference between the body and soul, and that's why there kshetragnayata manasa vibhutir. So like this we'll be seeing the so many slokas related to the like related to the Jivatma and Paramatma. So after hearing, then Jadabharata come down from his palkin, and he hear the complete so knowledge from him, from the Jadabharata, and he fell on the lotus feet of that Jadabharata. And like this, that king also finally, so he saves. So that means his life, so not being illusioned by this material opulence, and he practices devotion, and so he also becomes successful in his life. So from this, what we are understanding here, of course, Rahugana offended so much Jadabharat, but in spite of that, Jadabharata showed a lot of mercy, and he preached, and he felt pity on the Rahugana, and he gave his mercy, and he preached, and he changed his heart. So this also sometimes we see in some cases, because Vaishnava's mercy so is unlimited, and it cannot be estimated, or you cannot find any specific cause. This is also that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that this kind of situation also possible actually. So even after offense also someone may get mercy. There is one more example, Yathacha Pakhanda Dharma Valambini. So Swahimsartham Upasedushi Daitya Samuhe Uparicharasya Vasoschedi Rajasya. This one. This is one more thing. This Chedi Raj. So Vasu. He's not Sisupala, but is before to that same kingdom, but he was very early king. What happened? This king previously he is helped devatas in fighting, to against the Asuras. So after that fight, Chediraj, this Vasu Upachari Vasu, Upachari. So Vasu, so this Vasu, then he felt that enough, I fought, and he left his all weapons there only. Then he went to the lower planets. There he started doing his meditation on Supreme Lord. Then these demons, they understood now this Vasu is full of, that means free from the all the weapons. It's the right time now to attack. So let us attack on him and kill. So then what happened? So he is in the deep meditation on the Lord through his samadhi. So all these demons, they tried to kill him and they raised their weapons to cut his, that means his body, to kill him. But because of the influence of the bhakti, so nothing happened to him. These demons, they are not able to lift even their weapons. They understood something is mystery here. And they went immediately to Sukracharya. And they asked why we are not able to kill him. Then Sukracharya said that, so he is in the meditation on the Lord. That means he is in the bhakti smaranam he is doing. So then the best, you people go and preach the religion against the Supreme Lord. Then they started doing, but nothing is happening. But still, so Upachari was this Uparichara Vasu. So this Vasu didn't come out from his meditation, because if he didn't come out from the meditation, these demons cannot attack him, because he's completely protected by that devotional power. So then they started shouting, there is no Lord. That means around him they gathered and they started shouting loudly, there is no Supreme Lord, nothing. So Ishvara is not there, like that. Then so Vasu's meditation slightly is deviated, and he opened and he saw how these demons are simply shouting just to kill him. And he felt pity on them, and so he saw this pity condition of these demons, how they are just trapped by this Maya, and they want to get the power, and because of this they are rejecting the presence of the Supreme Lord. Then he prays to the Supreme Lord, my dear Lord, so please change their heart, and please so immerse them in the devotion. Like this, so he prayed. Then after that, all these demons, they became devotees and they started doing the devotion. So if you see here also, they blasphemed and they tried to kill Vaishnava. But here also we are seeing the same. That means Vaishnava is showing the mercy on him. So from this also we are understanding that. So Vaishnavas, even if someone offends, sometimes we can say like this. Sometimes they get offended also, and sometimes they may not get offended, and sometimes they are simply. So we are seeing the three cases here. Vaishnava after the offense, so they got offended. That is the first case. Then we have to fell on their feet and ask the forgiveness and so on. So that is the one. And second is they are not got offended, but in that case we may see the result due to the influence of the dust on their lotus feet, and that may happen. And third is, even if someone offend the Mahabhagavas, and sometimes they may, on top of that, actually they are not got offended. On top of that, they are also showing the mercy. This also happened. Like this, we have the three different cases here. So that's up to them. That means when they'll show and give it's not that they should always expect the same behavior. It's depends on them. So they may show mercy, they may not show, they may neglect, they may not neglect. And also they may get angry or may not get angry. So what is our offenders? If you see the view in the side of the offender, Offender always has to be so careful, and so he should not do that. It's not that they, so anyway, Vaishnava, they should give boon and let me, I will offend. Allow me so that I will offend. That is not the nature. So, okay, next we are seeing the third example. So, that is all famous example, well-known example. Yathava mahapapini swalalate rodhira patinypi madhave. Jagair madhai. Madhave. Here madhave means madhai. Prabhu varasya nityanandasya iti. So Nityananda Prabhu, so how, so showed his mercy on, so Madhai, Jagair Madhai. So this story is known for you, so that's why I'm not explaining this. So Evameva Guru Ravagna Ityatrapi Gneyam. So in this way, we also should think about the Guru Ravagna, like how the Vaishnava offense is so dangerous. Same way, in the same lines, also we can take care, we can also understand that third offense, Guru Ravagna. So Evameva, that means like how the Vaishnava offense is so dangerous, so offending Guru is also, or Avagna means not following the instructions of the Guru also, can we understand like that? The way we saw the Vaishnava offense. Next, second offense we are seeing, Sivasya Sri Vishnor Ityatrayevam Vivechaniyam. So third offense, second offense. That means considering the names of the demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma are equal to or independent of the names of the Lord Vishnu. So that is a second offense. That we'll be understanding now. So quickly, any questions? Yes, Mahaseva Prabhu.
Prabhuji, the question is about these Vaishnavas, like you said, na Prabhuji, like yesterday we have discussed that like who is that Vaishnava kind of, and that the qualifier is that who is doing Ananya Bhakti. And Ananya Bhakti means only Sri Krishna's Bhakti, means surrender to Lord, and Anyavilasya Darshanam. Correct, na Prabhuji?
Yeah. Anyavilasya Sunyam Jnana Karma Dhyanavartam. Anukulyana Krishna Anusilna. This is the Ananya Bhakti or the Uttama Bhakti. That means worshipping the Krishna without any expectation. Only Krishna.
So this is the qualification. This is the one is like worshipping Sri Krishna, and Anyavilasya Sunyam Jnana Karma Dhyanavartam. That is like the second qualification, like Ananya Bhakti.
So, worshipping Krishna is a Swarupa, that is a Swarupa Lakshana, that means, and without any expectation and without mixing with the karma and jnana.
So, I mean to say that when we offend this kind of Vaishnava, then like these kind of offenses are there. That was the meaning, no?
Yeah. So, who is Vaishnava?
Yeah.
So, many definitions are there, even from the, if you see Harinam Chintaman, even one takes the holy name. So anyone takes the holy name, he is Vaishnava. Then after that, it is once again purified, the definition. Of course, it is, but here we can understand that. So in the Bhagavad Gita, clearly Lord is saying, Apiches Durachara Bhajate Ma Mananya Bhak. So whoever is worshipping Lord Krishna only, and he is having full faith on the Lord Krishna, and he is worshipping him, so without any expectations. So how can you know, one may ask? If you don't know, then you should treat him as Vaishnava and don't offend him. So that is if you have doubt, then we have to always take the positive side only. Yeah. So that's why we can, that means judging also is not good. But so that's why whoever is so accepting Krishna as their worshipper, worshipable, and worshipping them, and one should not be so touching them. It's better. Why we have to take this?
Because my question was that only, Prabhuji, like in CC, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives.
Yeah. In this simply is if you have doubt in his, of course we have many definitions. So if we have any doubt that he is whether Vaishnava or not, then we should not. We should consider him as a Vaishnava, better. And he is not, then not offending is good. Even we should not offend anyone. Yeah.
But because this definition is little higher now, Anya Vilasata Shunya, that very few will basically fit into that.
No, everyone is fit because everyone is doing the so pure devotion service only, almost all. At least in our society, you can see, because they are doing the so service for Krishna without any expectation, and they are purely chanting. Actually, they are purely chanting means they are not desiring any material things from that, and that is free from the all the karma and jnana. So they
It's
are doing the
not always, but sometime everyone is doing this.
yeah. That is the definition of this Suddha Bhakti. Suddha Bhakta is not said. Suddha Bhakti is said.
Hmm.
Suddha Bhakta only is not said actually. Anyone is doing Ananya Bhakti, even his Durachari is considered as sadhu. So doing Suddha Bhakti should understand that. So many times people confused actually.
Hmm.
So they think that a person is also completely purified. No, Suddha Bhakti can be done by even a fallen person also, who is having the bad quality still. So he's having still, but he can do the Suddha Bhakti.
Hmm.
Suddha Bhakti criteria we should see. If it is fulfilled, then he's doing Suddha Bhakti, Ananya Bhakti. And Lord said that even Ananya Bhakti is Durachari is said as sadhu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu,
Gopijan Prabhu.
Dharmatmana.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, my question is, two questions are there. This offense committed by any person need not be a devotee. He
Any
also
person.
gets that offense, any person.
Any person.
So he gets that offense.
Yes.
And
He
second
get the
question is
result
that-
of the offense.
Okay, Prabhu. Second question is that suppose one devotee who
Yeah.
is, well-known devotee, if he is offending some other person like beating or whatever you call it. So shall we just see and that leave it, or can we just intervene and then just say it's wrong, things like that? Can we say like that, or by the we are afraid of getting offense, so we should not say anything. What is it like?
Okay, I understood, Prabhu. Your question is like this: if the one Vaishnava is beating another Vaishnava,
Yes,
so
Prabhu.
whether what we should do actually? Both are Vaishnavas. That's the thing, na Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, if one Vaishnava is beating another Vaishnava, he is definitely Kanishta.
Beating, getting doing offenses against him and
Yeah.
giving lot of
Yeah.
scolding and things like that.
Yes. So definitely he is Kanishta. So because he Madhyama means definitely if someone appropriately he behaves towards the Lord, he will be having the prema, and towards the devotees he having the maitri, and for
He does all the seva and everything perfectly. He is
Yes.
doing good job against all seva and Akshayagriha
Yes.
seva and whatever that is there. He is doing it, but still
Yeah.
having this sort of maybe because of
Yes.
his girshya or something like that. I don't know what.
Yeah,
it is.
jealous. Okay.
Jealousy.
Jealousy. So anarthas are there, so those are not purified. So because of that, so this kind of behavior comes out.
Yes,
So in this case, what we should do then? So he is doing the injustice in front of eyes to others, other Vaishnavas.
yes, Prabhu.
Then definitely one should stop that. So that means manhandling if he is doing, and definitely action has to be taken through his authorities. Action has to be taken on. Otherwise, he'll spoil the whole atmosphere.
Right, Prabhu. Right.
Action has to be taken, and respectively, so he has to be exposed to his guru, whoever is his guru, and he has to be strictly put in such a condition. So to purify this anartha, he has to be given this special service, and also special time for doing the more chanting, and more care has to be given, so that that person will be rectifying those. So he has to be given the proper association and put in the strict disciplinary action. Otherwise, he will completely spoil the whole
Spoil the entire atmosphere. That is
atmosphere. Yes.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, brother. So next, Gopijan Prabhu. Yes.
Next, Prabhuji. If the Vaishnava gets offended,
Actually, Mike is having the bit. Yeah. It's a blur sound is coming, blur sound.
Is it okay, Prabhuji, now?
Yes, perfectly correct. Okay.
Prabhuji, in the first case of if Vaishnava getting offended,
Yeah.
the solution is there. It's been specified that falling at the lotus feet and asking for the forgiveness.
Yes.
But in the second case,
Yes.
when the Vaishnava doesn't feel offended,
Yeah.
but his dust will not accept, it will not forgive.
Yes. Yes.
So in that case, what is the solution?
Yeah. Same problem. He has to fall and his feet anyway. Then Vaishnava will pleased, and he said that okay, I have no problem. Go on. Then to rectify that means Vaishnava we pleased Vaishnava by just asking the forgiveness. And next two part is you have to please the Bhakti Maharani. That means the holy name. So for that you have to chant again and again. So that even the dust will be pleased.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay, we'll continue our discussion. And today we are going to discuss the next. Next we will be discussing the second offense. So that means considering the other demigods like Lord Brahma and Shiva, their names equal to or independent of the names of the Lord Vishnu. So how to understand this? So now, before going into this, we will be understanding the tattva in detail. Then we will be understanding the positions of each demigod. Then finally, so we'll be seeing that who is superior and who is subordinate to him. By that, one will be so understanding the Vaishnava offense, the second offense. So for this, he said that Chaitanyam hi dvidam bhavati, swatantram aswatantram cha. Chaitanyam is two types. One is swatantram, another is aswatantram. That means if we see this table, actually, I will share my screen and it's very easy and nicely described here in this table. Chaitanyam, this Chaitanyam is two types, Swatantram, Aswatantram. That means Swatantram, that means Ishvara Koti, this is Sarva Vyapaka. It is pervading to the all the body. Not only all the body, it's everywhere. Sarva Vyapaka means it spreading everywhere. That is Swatantram. Aswatantram means it is Jiva Koti, category of the living entities. And it is pervading on only body. Jiva Chaitanyam is a Jivatma. Ishvara Chaitanyam, Sarva Vyapaka, it is independent. It is two types once again. Maya Sparsha Rahita, another is Maya Sparsha Swikruta. So two types. This Ishvara Chaitanyam is two types. Maya Sparsha Rahita, that means Ishvara Chaitanyam, so without touching the Maya. Second Ishvara Chaitanyam is there is a touch of the Maya, because that is just for some purpose. So Ishvara Chaitanyam is allowing Maya to touch him. So that is, who is example for that? This is Shiva, Lord Shiva. And so Ishvara Chaitanyam without touch of the Maya. So who is example for this? What is example for this? That is, who is example for this? Sri Narayana. Okay. Next, Jiva Chaitanyam is once again two types. Avidya Anavrita, Avidya Avrita. That means Jivatma is there and it is covered by the Avidya and not covered by the Avidya. So Jiva Chaitanya means it is spreading its consciousness only to that, limited to that body. Its consciousness is limited to that body. And that Jivatma is covered by the avidya. And that is one kind of Jivatma. Another is which is not covered by avidya. So covered by the avidya means all living entities like demigods, human beings, animals, birds, so and so. Those are all Jivatma, but covered by the avidya, and that totally is covered by the Stula and Sukshma Deha. This is the one kind of Jiva Chaitanya. Another Jiva Chaitanya which is not covered by avidya. That is once again two types. So what is that? First one is Jivatma, which is not covered by the avidya, means it is liberated. So Jivatma, that is liberated Jivatma. Liberation, that means completely free from the avidya, is possible by the Gnana Marga or the Bhakti Marga. In the Gnana Marga, so by the Brahma Gnanam, so what will happen finally? That avidya is destroyed. So Daivi Hesha Uparata. Sorry, Hesha Vaisharadi Vidya Uparata. That means finally, because of the Brahma Gnana practice, in the case of Jnanis, when they practice Brahma Gnanam, so then finally, due to that, and also some little portion of the Bhakti also is included. And then, due to that little portion of the Bhakti, the avidya, whatever is covering that Jivatma, is destroyed. And now that Jivatma is liberated, Jivan Muktaha, is completely free. So this is the one case. So let's say, that means Jivatma, which is not covered by the avidya, is, what is that? But that is Jivatma liberated by the Gnana Marga. That is this Sanakadis. You can take as Sanakadis. And next Jivatma, sorry, this one, this is not Sanakadis, sorry. So this one, Jivatma, which is liberated. That's a Gnana Sadhak Nirguna Brahma Atva Saguna Brahma mein Leen. That means that's Jivatmas which are by practicing the Brahma Gnanam. So they are liberated and they are merging into the Brahman. This is the one category. And another Jivatma which is not covered by the avidya. And what is that? And which is Ishar Shakti Dwara Anavish. That means which is also not empowered by the Shakti, Ishar Shakti. So that is some Jivatmas, they practice bhakti and they are also completely nullifying, destroying this avidya and becoming so free from the avidya. So this is second. That means ultimately what we are saying, Jivatma, which is not covered by the avidya and also which is not given with the Ishwar Shakti. So that is two types. So one is which is liberated by the Gnana Marga and second one is liberated by the Bhakti. Next, if we come to the another branch of this, that means Jivatma which is not covered by the avidya. So then that is, so but it is given with the Ishwara Shakti. So what is that? That is once again two types. So Jivatma given by the Ishwara Shakti. So sometimes Ishwara's Gnana Shakti, Lord is giving the Gnana Shakti to that Jivatma. So Gnana Shakti is given to that Jivatma, then that is acting as a special soul. And that is nothing but who are example for this Sanakadis. And Jivatma, so which is given with the another special Shakti by the Lord. So what is that? Creating power. For that Jivatma, creating power is given. Then that is known as Brahma. So, and also sometimes Jivatma is given with the Bhakti Shakti. Then that Jivatma is known as Narada. Example is Narada. And sometimes Jivatma is given with the Bhaga. That means Bhagavat Shakti. That means Bhagavan portion is given to that. Then that is Rushvadev. Like this, you will be seeing the many, that means Jivatma, which is free from the, which is completely which is not covered by the avidya, but given with the some special potencies of the Lord. And those are also. So like this, we are seeing the Chetana Tattvam is categorized like this. This thing only we are going to now study from our Sanskrit text. So one by one we'll be seeing that, you keep in your mind. So then it is easy actually to understand this text. First here, Chaitanyam hi dividam bhavati, swatantram aswatantram cha. Chaitanyam is two types. Chaitanyam dividam bhavati, swatantram aswatantram. Tatra prathamam sarvavyapi vyapakam ishwarakyam dvitiyam dehamatra vyapi shaktikam jivakyam ishitavyam. So first two types it is swatantram aswatantram. This is Ishvara, that means it is a controller, and it is ishitavya, that means it is controlled. Aswatantra chaitanyam is controlled. That means chit padartha, whatever is there, chit padartha is like these two types. Both are chit only, but one is controlling and another is controlled. We are all what? We are all so jiva, that means jiva chaitanya. All these we are all controlled by the Ishvara. Next, Ishvara chaitanyam dividam. Once again, Ishvara chaitanyam is dividam, two types. Like this. Ishvara chaitanyam is two types. Maya sparsh. So Ishvara chaitanya is two types. What are those? That is given there itself. So Maya sparsha rahitam, Leelaya swikruta Maya sparsham cha. What is that? One is Ishvara chaitanya which is not touched by Maya, which cannot be, which never actually. Maya never touches that. Example is Narayana. All the Swamshas. Narayana, Vishnu, Varaha, Kurma, Matsya. These are all Ishvara Chaitanyam. Maya never touches. Another is Ishvara Chaitanyam, where Maya can touch. Who is that? That is Shiva. Lord Shiva. Tatra Prathamam Narayana Yabidam. First one is that's Narayana. That is said. Aduktam. Harirhi Nirgunaha Sakshat Purushaha Prakrutehe Paraha iti. So that's why in the Bhagavatam also it is said, Hari is Nirgunaha. That means he is completely free from three modes. His body is also completely free from three modes. And he is beyond the Prakriti. That means he is beyond the three modes. His body is completely. So this is a proof. This sloka is from so Bhagavatam 10th canto 88th chapter 5th sloka. Arirhi nirgunaha sakshat purushaha prakrutehe paraha sa sarvadrag upadrashta tam bhajan nirguno bhavet. Prakrutehe paraha. This is the important thing. He is beyond the Prakriti. Prakrutehe paraha. Nirgunaha. That means completely. That means that's why he is not touched by Maya. This is the thing. That is the one first Ishvara Chaitanyam, which is not touched by Maya. Second one is what? Second one is Dvitiyam Sivadyabhidham. Second one is Shiva. Second one is known as Shiva also. Second Ishvara is Chaitanya. So, but here we are seeing the touch of Maya. Sanyoga Sambandha is there between the Maya and between Tamoguna and him. So Sanyoga Sambandha. Shiva Shakti Yuktaha Shashvat Trilingo Guna Samvrutaha iti. This is also from Bhagavatam. And Guna Samvrutaha. Here what is said? He is covered by gunas. That means especially Tamoguna. That's why here it is said, Shiva Shakti Yuktaha Shashvat Trilingo Guna Samvrutaha Vaikarikastejascha Tamasaschetyaham Tridha. So here Shiva, so Shakti Yuktaha. So he is Guna Avatar. He is Guna Samvrutaha. So Guna Avatar, that means Guna Avatar of the Lord. Here, Sattvagunam is Tamo Guna. If you see, in the case of all these three are the Guna Avataras. In that Guna Avataras, so each one is controlling one Guna. So what are those Guna Avataras? So Guna Avataras are Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva. These three are the Guna Avataras. We will be seeing one more sloka from the Bhagavatam. Sattvam rajastama iti prakruter gunah taihi yuktaha paraha purushaha eka ihasya dhatte tityadaye hari virinchi hareti sangyaha shreyamsi tatra kalu sattvatano nrunam sihu. This sloka from first canto, second chapter. What is the meaning of this sloka? This sloka is Sattvam rajastama iti prakruter gunaha. Prakriti is having the three modes. What are those? Sattvam, Rajas, and Tamas. These three modes, Sattvam, Rajas, Tama. So these three modes, you all know, you can, if you want, you can open the folio and see. So Sattvam, Rajas, Tama iti prakrute gunaha. Taihi yuktaha paraha purushaha. Taihi yuktaha, that means who is maintaining all these. But he is paraha, that means he is beyond these three modes. Paraha purushaha ekaha ihasya datte. There is one supreme purusha is there, who is beyond these three modes. And that personality, who is that? That is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So he tityadaye, that means for maintenance and so creation and destruction. Tityadaye. So Hari Virinchi Hareti Sangyaha. He is taking the three forms. What is that? Hari for the maintenance. So Virinchi, that for the creation, and Hara for what? For the destruction. That means Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is taking these three avatars. So what is the three avatars? So Vishnu means what he take here? Who is that Vishnu? That is Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. And that Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu also is taking the form of Brahma. That is also Virat, Vairaja Purushaha. Is also known as Brahma actually. So this Brahma form also is taking, and Shiva. So these three forms are known as Gunavataras of the Purusha. So this why? And after that, this for what purpose? For creation, maintenance, and destruction. And tatra shreyamsi tatra kalu sattva taranoh nrunam sihu. Out of these three Gunavataras, which is auspicious, which is beneficial for the entire humanity, Sattva Tanoh Nrunam Sihu. So Nrunam Shreyams, that means Nrunam means for humanity. Shreyams means is auspicious. What form is auspicious among these three for this entire humanity? That is Vishnu, Sattva Tanu. That means these three, that means Vishnu and Brahma and Shiva, these three forms. So are there, these are all known as Gunavataras. That means they are going to deal with the gunas. That means Vishnu is going to deal with the Sattva-guna, Virinchi is going to deal with the Rajoguna, and next Brahma is Shiva is going to deal with Tamoguna. And they are in charge for these three gunas. And by controlling these three gunas, they are going to perform maintenance, creation, and destruction. So now, what kind of relation they are having with these gunas? So if you examine that, so first one, Vishnu is dealing with the Sattva-guna, but he is having the, so what kind of sambandha? Samipya sambandha. That means he is not directly touching with Sattva-guna. Sattva-guna, he is not having direct connection with the Sattva-guna, not touching, he is not directly touching. But if you go and see the Brahma and Shiva, that means that is explained in the commentary by our Acharyas. So Brahma and Shiva's case, these gunas, that means Rajo and Tamo gunas, they are having the sanyoga sambandha. That means they are touching. They have directly contact with them. So now what is the point I want to make? In the case of the Shiva, so tamoguna is direct in association, is touching. He is having sanyoga sambandha, direct in contact. He is direct in contact with the tattva is there. That means Ishvara tattva, but there is a direct contact with the tamoguna. So that's why Shiva is we can say because of this direct contact, so he is touched by the tamoguna, and that's Maya Sparsha Sahitam. Maya Sparsha Sahitam. Ananta, yes.
Here touched means getting influenced by that.
Yes,
Because
there is a chance to get influenced by that, and also they get body.
like for even Jivatma also, three modes of nature, nothing can, like, it cannot do any harm to Jivatma. Harm means like it is abhyaya, na, Jivatma. So touching means like getting influenced by mode, Fruji.
Yeah, getting influenced, and also their body is out of the modes.
Oh, yes.
You're understanding. The Vishnu's body is Vishnu Tattva is not touching the Sattva Guna. That means Vishnu's body is completely pure. That means it is a transcendental, beyond the modes. But if you see the Brahmaji's body is out of the Rajoguna. So that's why it is Mahat. That means intelligence portion is high. And Shiva's body is out of the Tamoguna. And there is a direct contact, and he can be that Ishvara Tattvam, of course, but there is no Parabrahmatvam in that directly. It's not Swamsha. So direct Parabrahmatvam is not there. So that's why it is Ishvara Tattvam only, but there where Maya can influence.
And even who is worshipper, he will also get influenced by more.
Shiva also get influenced by the Maya. But if you do bhakti, like Jivatma, if it does bhakti, he is not influenced similarly. So he is a great Vaishnava, so that's why he is not influenced by the Maya. But the tendencies, if you see, Jivatma is having tendencies to be influenced by the Maya. The same way that Ishvara Tattva is also get influenced by the Maya.
Probably, like you said, Brahmaji's body is made out of intelligence mainly. So like that, Lord Shiva's body in that case?
He is made up of pure Tamoguna, most of the Tamoguna.
And what is that? Like here you, Rajagun you translated as intelligence.
There.
And Jivatma body is made up of what?
Jivatma's body is made up of three modes.
No, like who are in earth, they are made of earth mostly.
Our body is made up of earth actually. Earth material is more, and who are in the demigods, their actually earth material is very less. That means this their body, like if you go in the higher planets example, if you take the sun planet, their body is full of made up of fire. And Jivatmas which are in the Chandraloka, their body is major portion is rasa tattva is high. So like this, every planet the portion is changing. Like if you go to the Brahmaloka, there so Brahmaji's body out of these 24 elements, whose portion is more? So that is intelligence, that is Mahat is more.
Like that, Shiva's it is not clear in Prabhuji. Like Tamagun means what element is more, that is not clear.
That is not given anywhere.
Yeah. And Prabhuji, this table, what you talked, that people like in Avidya, Anavrit and Avidya Avrit. So
Yes.
Avidya Avrit people are the general human beings. And anavrit also devotees are there, which may be human beings, no? But they are like
Jivatma, not human being. Jivatma. We should speak in the terms of the Jiva Chaitanya or the Ishwar Chaitanya.
yeah. So Jiva Chaitanya means their human beings are also there, no, Prabhuji? In
Jiva
avidya.
Chaitanya means human being means what, Prabhu? If Jiva Chaitanya get the human body, then you say human being.
Yes.
We are not
So
speaking
like
in the terms
example,
of
we will written a Manushya. Avidya, Avarit, Devta, Manusya, Tiriya Gadi, something is written.
Yeah.
Correct, na? And the
Yeah.
same Manusya can also come in Avidya, Anavrit, when he becomes a pure devotee. Is it like that?
of
Is
course.
not.
Yeah. So here Avidya, so Avrita, when I say Jiva Chaitanya is covered by the Avidya. So their human being, I'm saying, means they are still in the ignorance. Because that's why they got the human body. So now liberated, that means like Jivatmas who are there in the spiritual world also. So they are completely, that's Jiva Chaitanya, but liberated, but not Avidya is covered. It's not necessary that you should say human beings, but it can be, that means who completely liberated, Avidya is destroyed, maybe human beings. But here the point is mainly you should grasp that. So Jiva Chaitanya, which is free from the Avidya, so which is liberated through the process of bhakti. That means for the Jiva Chaitanya, Avidya is not covered, and that Avidya is destroyed by the process of bhakti, and by the process of Gnana is another.
And
Like
Tiriya
this.
Gadi means what?
Huh?
In Avidya, Avrit, Devta, Manusya, Tiriya Gadi, like that, isn't it?
Yeah. So Jiva Chaitanya, which is covered by the Avidya, those can be, because of that Avidya, they may get the demigod body, they may get the Manushya body, they may get the animal body. Okay.
Prabhuji, can I ask a question?
Yes, bro.
Prabhuji, here we are discussing about the second offense,
Yeah.
considering Shiva to be different from Vishnu or demigods. So now, here as it is said that he is Ishvara Chaitanya. So
Prabhu,
what is the
often-
conclusion?
Conclusion we didn't come, bro. Still lot is there,
Okay.
a lot.
Okay.
Lot is there, a lot. Yeah, please. Yeah. One second, just 2 minutes.
And also, Prabhuji, I remember somewhere we read Ahankara plus Rajoguna leads to intelligence. Ahankara plus Tamoguna leads to mind.
Yes.
That means, can we say Shiva body is made up of, like Brahma's body is made of intelligence?
Intelligence, yes.
Can we-
Tamoguna, actually.
So can we say that Shiva's body is made of?
Yeah. Like that, bro. But it is specifically not mentioned, but he is touched. That means that Ishvara Chaitanya, so Shiva is also Ishvara Chaitanya, that is touched by the mind, actually. And his body is not transcendental body. So only Vishnu's body is transcendental body. And that's why, so Sattva Tano Nunam Sihu. So Shreyamsi, so Khalu Shreyamsi, Tatra Sattva Tanoho Nunam Sihu. So that's why he, Sudha Goswami is recommending to worship only Vishnu. Because Sattva Tanu, that means he is having the Sattva Tanu means, so Vishnu's body is made up of Sattva Guna. Is not, that's not the point. So their Acharyas elaborates this in the commentary. Others, their body is Rajomaya and Tamomaya. But Vishnu's body is not Sattvagunamai, but he is having the very, that means he is handling the Sattva-guna from the far distance only, and his body is transcendental. So there clearly they establishes Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary on this. If we go through, then this will be discussed in an elaborated way. Okay, I'm not touching that now. So now we'll be further proceeding. So one more thing. So here it is said that Ram Charan Prabhu.
Like just quickly, like so here when we are talking about Lord Shiva, is it like this Lord Sadashiv? Like I get confused always, like when we say like Sadashiv, he's in the spiritual world. Is it like he's Lord Shiva, or is it like Vishnu there, Prabhu?
Yeah, he is Sadashiv is the origin for the Shiva. He is in the spiritual world only, just another side of that. So Viraja river. So another side, that means in the spiritual world he is, and his portion is, his plenary portion is the Shiva actually. So, but Sadashiva is transcendental completely. His body is transcendental. But here, this Shiva is not transcendental. But that Chaitana, that Chaitana Padartha is Ishvara Chaitanya. But it is a special. That means it can be influenced by the mind, being even Ishvara Chaitanya. Example, it is said here, Atra Gunasamvrutalingenapi tasya jivatvam na shankaniyam. Gunasamvrutalingena. That means he is covered by the gunas. And it doesn't mean that he is Jiva. One should not think that this Shiva is Jiva. No, he is not Jiva also. Even he is touched by Maya. Na shankaniyam. Example of Brahma Samhita, it is given. Kshiram yatha dadi vikara vishesha yogat sanjayate natu tatah pruthagasti heto yaha shambhutamapi tatha samupaiti karyat govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami iti Brahma Samhitoktehe. Brahma Samhita, what is saying? Kshiram yatha dadi vikara vishesha yogat. So this milk, Kshiram means milk, dadi vikara vishesha yoga. So if it is touched by the some curd, little bit curd. So this Kshiram is, that means milk is turning into the curd. Dadi vikara vishesha yogat. Vikara vishesha yogat. Vikara vishesha yogat. So milk, when it is touched by the curd, so then what will happen? It turns. Kshiram is turning into the, changing into the curd. Sanjay dinatu tataha prutakasti. So this curd is not different from the milk. So similarly, the example is given, that is example. Same milk is now turning into the curd. Similarly, Ishvara Chaitanyam is, who is that? That is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda. So he is taking the form of Shambhu. Like milk is turning into the curd. Similarly, Ishvara Chaitanyam, which never touched by the Maya, is turning into such a way which can be touched by Maya, but still it is Ishvara Chaitanyam. That's the point.
It is touched by Maya means it cannot be transcendental, na Prabhuji?
It is transcendental, like we are all transcendental. Jivatma is also transcendental because it is Chetana Padartha. But it can be influenced by the Maya. Every Jivatma is also transcendental. But the potency is like that, in that Maya can influence that. Maya can cover the knowledge of the Jivatma. That's Swarupa Gnanam. Through his avidya potency. Maya, through its avidya potency, can cover the knowledge of Jivatma. So same way, even of course, so Shambhu is also, Shiva is also Ishwar Chaitanya. But in general understanding is what Ishwar Chaitanya cannot be touched by the Maya. That means cannot be covering, cannot be influencing. It cannot influence. It cannot influence. So, but we are seeing here, because it's a special arrangement actually. Lord himself, for the sake of destruction, so he is taking this Guna Avatara, where this Ishwar Chaitanya is such a way, it is an expansion of the really, that means it is expansion of the Ishwar Chaitanya, which cannot be touched by the Maya, but now it is turning into such a way it can be touched by the Maya. That is known as Shiva.
In the
Then
statements,
Iswaratma will be not there. Na?
Huh?
Iswar means controller, and if it getting touched and influenced by Maya, so
Yes.
how Iswaratam is there?
That is needed actually for the destruction. Yes. Ishwara, that's why one should not think here. Jiva goes, Vishwanath Chakravarti is saying, one should not think since he is Guna Samvritam, that means he covered by the Gunas, one should not think that he is Jiva.
yeah, we should not consider that he is Jiva, but at the same time, we should not consider that, I mean, I'm not sure. Vishwanath Chakravarti is saying only that we should not consider him as Jiva.
Yes, yes.
But then it's also said Maya Swikrita. So he has accepted
Yeah, Maya
the
Sparsha.
Maya. So when he has accepted, how can we say he's transcendental? He has accepted it. So that can we equate him? I mean, this form, which is accepted form, can we equate it to unaccepted form?
No. we cannot equate.
Sparsha. So, okay, as you said, we have not come to a conclusion. I will leave at this point. So at this moment, my understanding is, though he is Ishwara Chaitanya, but he has accepted. While Narayana is Sparsha-rahitam.
Narayana is Sparsha-rahitam, but Jivatma is transcendental or not? Tell me.
Jivatma is such a, he is not Ishwara Chaitanya. He is a Prabhu Chaitanya, which can be influenced.
Jivatma is transcendental or not?
Yeah, because he's a part and parcel of the Lord. Yes, he is transcendental.
Yeah, but Jivatma is touched by the Maya or not?
Yeah, he can be overpowered, yes.
Similarly, so he is also transcendental. He is Ishwara Chaitanya. But he can be, what is the here difference between the Vishnu and here Shiva? But he can be influenced by the Maya, touched by the Maya.
That means, can we say that Shiva is equal to Krishna, Ishvara, because he is transcendental?
Prabhu?
In that case, we cannot say even Jiva is equal to Vishnu, because he is also transcendental.
No, Prabhu. So I will show on the diagram.
The term Iswar means controller of Maya and Jiva, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Means
But he is not going to the maintaining the It's all the jivas, na. He is not the maintainer of the jivas.
And he is also not Ishwar Chaitanya, na, Prabhuji, and he is under Avidya. So that is the difference.
He is special
Jiva, I'm
Ishvara.
talking about Jiva.
He is special Ishvara, so he is having some special purpose. That's why you should not equate the Shiva with the
Jiva.
Vishnu or the Jiva.
So Shiva cannot be equated with the Vishnu, and he cannot be equated with the Jiva. Is that the
Yes.
understanding?
Yes.
Jiva is Jiva Chaitanya.
Mm. So this is like you see, there are three are there. This is Ishvara. And this is also Ishvara. And this is Jiva. These three are Chaitana. That means Chaitana Padartha. That means they are beyond three modes. They are not made up of modes. They are not manifested out of through the modes. They are completely transcendental. Every Jivatma is transcendental. Every Jivat, even it is Ishvara, it is also. This is Vishnu, this is Shiva, this is Jiva. So Jivatma. Jivatma, Shiva and Vishnu, all are transcendental only. That means they are beyond the three modes. But the potencies you should see. Maya, this potency, this Vishnu is also transcendental, and he cannot be so influenced by Maya. He cannot be influenced by Maya. That means Maya cannot touch. That means he not influenced by Maya means he cannot be touched by Maya means he cannot be influenced by Maya. And whatever his form, so his form is also transcendental. But here in the case of Ishvara, this is pure, this is transcendental, but he is having the potency such a way, Maya, Prabhu sound you cannot miss. So Maya cannot Prem Sindhu Prabhu. So Maya can touch.
Swikrita, he accepted it.
That means he is Ishvara. That it doesn't mean that this material, this padartha is becoming the material or modes. But Maya can influence, and can cover that means appropriately. That means that we have to see. It's not like in the case of Jivatma. Maya can influence what extent that. So you should see. That means Ishvara, whatever activities he is doing based upon that. Okay. So next, Jiva. In the case of the Jiva, so what is going to happen? So here also Maya can influence. Maya can touch this Jivatma. And at such extent it can touch this completely, it can cover the Swarupa Gnanam of this Jivatma completely. And also it can give the Viparita Gnanam. This Maya is going to cover this Jivatma and give the Viparita Gnanam. So Viparita Gnanam means what? It is making the Jivatma to identify itself as body. itself has body. So, but it may not this extent Maya is influencing this Ishvara Chaitanyam, which is nothing but the Shiva. But as per sake of that means work, that means has to happen. This Gunavatara, why he is taking? For the sake of destruction. So that much for performing that activity, that much can happen. But actually here, Shiva is, of course, he can be touched by Maya, but since he is doing the devotion, so then what will happen? He is always not influenced by the Maya. Even the Jivatma, so he is a pure Jivatma, and if he is doing the devotion, if it does devotion, then what will happen? Maya cannot. Of course, this Jivatma can be influenced by Maya, but since the devotion is protecting, and this Jivatma will not be influenced by the Maya. Okay, what is the difference between the Jivatma who is doing devotion and who is not doing devotion? Jivatma who is not doing devotion, then it is independent, it is directly attacked by the Maya. But Jivatma is doing the Daivi Hesha Gunamayi. So Maya Duratya. So Mam Yeva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metam Taranti. Whoever is surrendering to the Lord, then what will happen? The Bhakti is a protection layer and Maya will never have influence. Okay. So he is accepting Maya means what? He is not becoming the Maya. He is not becoming the modes. Modes are not coming here. Jivatma is even influenced by Maya. Jivatma will not turn into the material matter. It is Sachidananda only. So that is a point I want to make here. Of course, I think it is clear.
Prabhuji, can we say that Lord is so merciful that he don't even reject Maya also? And he finally, as Lord Shiva, he accepts Maya also.
So accepts Maya means, so philosophically you should not say that. Then accepts means what? Here the sake of the maintain destruction. For the sake of destruction, he is doing this. And there is one more thing actually. Jivatma is this, it is also Chaitanya Padartha, and it is given with the power. What power? Creating power. So creating power is given for this Jivatma. This Jivatma only. Creating power is given. Then it is known as Brahma. So like this, we have varieties. But here this is also simple Jivatma only. That means which Maya can influence it. But it is, what is the difference between the normal Jivatma and this Jivatma? But given with some powers. Of course, this can be, since it is Jivatma, it can be influenced also. But the same Jivatma does bhakti. Then it is getting the protection layer and Maya cannot influence. And this Ishvara Chaitanyam is also having the such a potencies. It can be influenced by the Maya, but when anyone does bhakti, so then they will be protected from the Maya. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, can you please tell the qualification for Ishvara Chaitanya?
Sarvavyapi, who is all pervasive.
Okay.
So
Lord Shiva is all pervasive?
Yes. He knows everything.
Okay.
But he can also touched by the Maya.
Yeah. That part I understood about the Jiva, how he is touched by Maya. I just wanted to know how he is Ishvara, in what way. So you said Sarvavyapi, that's the quality.
So
Yes,
just
yes,
because
Yeah.
because Shiva is doing devotional service
Yeah.
like pure devotees.
Yes, yes.
A jiva, like a jiva who is doing a pure devotional service.
Yeah.
He is called both of them, jiva who is doing devotional service and Shiva who is doing since he is doing devotional service are called transcendental. That's what you mean to say. Am I clear?
Yeah. So that material is transcendental means what? He is beyond the
Nirguna.
modes. Nirguna. That material is nirguna only, na?
But it is already said in a statement that Swikrita means he has accepted it.
What it mean? It accepted. Jivatma is influenced. Accepted means he is accepting the Maya. So he is influenced by the Maya. Swikrita Maya Sparsha. That means so the touch of the Maya is accepted.
Like say for example, yogurt. Yogurt has accepted the East, or I'm materialistic person, Prabhuji. I'm saying yogurt has accepted the East, and the milk has transformed into yogurt. So the identity of the milk doesn't remain as milk because it has already transformed. It has accepted that East. It has accepted that, I don't know what is the terminology in Sanskrit terminology, that it has accepted it and it transformed into that. So now, okay, they both belongs to milk category, milk products only, but milk is milk and yogurt is yogurt. You cannot call yogurt is milk.
So that means Shiva, Shiva.
He has accepted it.
Yeah, it is having gunas or not in that?
Yeah, because he has accepted, so there is a guna.
That means that tattvam is made up of gunas.
Yeah, the tattvam accepted the gunas.
Jivatma is also accepting gunas. That means Jivatma is turning, now changing into the modes. That means Jiva Padartha, whatever is there, that part and part, that's infinitely small Padartha. So that is now turning into the modes or not?
Yes. It is influenced by modes. There is nothing.
No. Yeah, that means that's a Keshagra Satabhaga Siddha Kalipasa we say.
Yeah.
That Jivatma is in the influence of Maya, then it is turning into the modes or not?
Prabhuji, Jivatma is like Sachidananda Sarup only, no? Like...
No, I'm asking Prabhuji actually, so let him answer.
Okay. So because it's a bhaga, when we say bhaga, it means it is the original consciousness of jiva is transcendental. But it is so minute that it is always possibility of getting influenced. But here, as per the statement, as per the shloka.
No, Prabhu, tell me so. Here accepting like jiva only. Here accepting means like how jiva is accepting Maya. The same way here there also. But you tell me so here, Jivatma is turning into the gunas or not?
Yes.
That means Jivatma, Atma. This portion I am asking, let me. This, are you able to see my screen, Prabhu?
Yeah.
So this inside portion I am saying, this dot I kept.
Yeah.
This dot.
Okay.
That is turning into the modes or not? What happened to this? Okay. See the reason.
It's
this one.
Yeah, okay. I understood your this thing. I can say that it's not turning, but it is covered by modes.
Same way here also. It is Ishvara only, but the potencies are reduced here. So that Maya can influence. Here, how this is a Chaitanya Padartha only, but potencies are reduced. Power is reduced.
For Shiva.
Yes.
In that
That's
case,
why-
even if you say that power is reduced, we cannot equate it to Shiva, Vishnu, because Vishnu power is not reduced.
Yeah. In the Psalms here, there, so power is not reduced, so Maya cannot touch. But here powers are reduced, so Maya can touch. Same in the case of Jivatma, also Maya can touch. So that's why Shiva is different from the Vishnu.
Shiva is different from Vishnu, and Shiva definitely is superior to Jiva.
Yes. Because Sarvayapi.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, when you say Sarva Vyapi, he's like Paramatma.
It's not like Paramatma. So his consciousness is pervading. Paramatma is only Paramatma. That's a Purusha. That's a Kshirodak Sai Vishnu is the Paramatma. The Paramatma is three Paramatmas are there. So one is at the level of the Jivatma, he is pervading. That means accompanying the Jivatma in the every particle is entering. Another is so who is pervading the entire universe. That is Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, and another all the Brahmandas, that is Karnano Sai Vishnu.
Yeah.
The three Paramatma means he is controlling the Maya Shakti on that level. So Paramatma is controlling the Jiva Shakti and Maya Shakti at the individual level. Kshirodak Sai Vishnu. And Garbhodak Sai Vishnu is controlling the Jiva Shakti and Maya Shakti at the Brahmanda level.
Yeah.
And Karnano Sai Shakti is controlling the Jiva Shakti and Maya Shakti at the so all universes together. That's Prakriti.
Yeah. I'm just trying to understand Lord Shiva's position with regard to all pervasiveness. Because I think
It's
even Lord Brahma, in that sense, he's also, you can say, all pervasive because he knows
definitely.
everything.
He is also knower of everything.
Yeah.
So in this Brahmanda, so that's why he is able to manufacture the things.
So that is the question. How Lord Shiva is Ishvara? What is the extra quality he has over and above what Brahma has?
Brahma is Jiva by nature, but he is given that nature. That is Brahma also is knowing in Brahmanda the affairs, what is happening, how many, who, what, everything.
Yeah.
Like that. So here Ishvara. So here Ishvara is taken down. There Jivatma is given raised actually.
Acha. Okay. Yeah.
Constitutionally that is Jivatma, but given some Shakti, that means creating power to that.
Yeah.
And here it is constitutionally Ishvara, but so reduced the potencies.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, is this not Iswara means controller of Maya directly? Iswar term means controller.
Ishvara term is, yeah, he is controller actually. Yeah. Even three are known as Ishvara. Even Brahma is also Ishvara.
Prabhuji, one question is a little outside. Here we are telling Jiva is getting covered by Maya, but Jiva is not made of Panchbhutna. He is not made of sky. How it will get covered by Maya?
Jivatma, yeah. So
If some space is there, something is made of space, then it will get covered. So Jiva is not made
you
of
mean this
Akash Tattva.
Jivatma is covered by the Maya. So what it mean you are saying, no? So
Yes.
because it is not made up of any material, so how it is covering?
Yes.
It's not a covering means it's not a physical term it is. So because Jivatma is covered by the avidya from the beginningless. So that covering is, that means when the Jivatmas enter into the Karnano Sai Vishnu, at that time also they are all covered by the avidya. So what it mean of this? This avidya is covering. This covering is beyond the because till now we didn't create, actually we didn't see the creation of the space and also different materials. So because Jivatma is covered with the avidya, then when Lord glances on the Prakriti, then after that you will be seeing the, so various elements are created. So that's why space is created. Also time is created when Karnanusaya Vishnu opens his eyes. When he glances on the Prakriti, so time starts. So then it's like a stopwatch. It's time starts. And also still space is not there. So space is coming at what level? So when Prakriti started get agitated, and then after that we'll be seeing that various productions, that means Mahat, Ahankara, and then after that Tamasika Ahankara, we'll be seeing the, so earth, 5 tanmatras and 5 so gross elements. That's sky. When sky comes, then space is the property of the sky. Actually, if there is no space sky, there is no space also. So so now the point is what I want to say. Before to this also there are so many there is a Karnanusaya Vishnu is there. So Garbhodaka ocean is there. Sorry, Karnajal is there. So and Karnanusaya Vishnu is there, and Prakriti is there, and all Jivatmas are also with him only, with the which are covered with the avidyas. So here this Prakriti, when it is glanced, then only, so this is transformed into the different 23 elements are produced from this Prakriti. So then we will be seeing the creation of these Brahmandas. So even in these Brahmandas also, space and all these are just as a goal. Actually, they are all, what do you say? They are all together actually, together. And so what do you think about the position? So now still that means Prakriti is there, and Karnanusaya Vishnu and Jivatmas, and Karanajal is there. So what is this space then?
This is not in our like not
This is
beyond
not
the
like
space and time.
our day-to-day lifetime, in the day-to-day life, whatever space we feel. That means in our lungs there is a space is there. Even if there is in our room there is a space is there, and it is not that kind of space. It's Karanajal and this. Okay, it's beyond actually. That's why Karanajal is also beyond the, so our dimensions actually. This is 2D, 3D dimensions. It's beyond that.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, when you say like I know like in the starting of Bhakti Sandarbha we said that like this we are saying Jiva is covered by avidya. Is it a covering or is it lacking? Like my understanding is that without the, because they never have pratattva jnanam, so it's not a covering, it's basically lacking. So covering is something that which is covered intentionally to hide something. But like my understanding is that they were lacking, they never had, so it means like there's nothing is there for them. Is that
good, Prabhu. Recalling the point is very nice. So what we should read from the Bhakti Sandarbha. So Ishvara is there and Jivatma is also there. They are from the beginningless. That means Anadi. There is no beginning. And but why this Jivatma so is in the now in this material world and getting the sufferings? Because this Jivatma is not having the, there is an absence of Paratattva Gnanam. That means this Jivatma is not knowing about the, not having the knowledge about absolute truth. Paratattva Gnana Bhava. That means there is an absence of knowledge about absolute truth. So that's why that absence of that knowledge in this Jivatma is the cause for Maya to attack on this. Attack on this, and it is what it is doing first. Maya is covering that, covering this Jivatma with avidya, and covering that Jivatma. That means covering this Jivatma, and then so that Swarupa Gnanam. That means Jivatma is covered by this. So whatever I'm graphical representation I'm showing, So don't mind about this graphical representation. But so at the time, space also is not there at all. So, but it is beyond this physical dimensions. So even Jivatma is said as infinitely small actually. Even Keshagra Satabhagasa Satada Kalpitasya means, what do you mean? Can you put this Jivatma in any some physical dimensions? Whatever we have? No. That's Keshagra Satabhagasa Satada Kalpita means take the tip of the hair and cut it into the 100 parts, take one part and cut it, and whatever is the coming resultant. That means 1/10,000 part. That means it is 1/10,000 part of the tip of the hair. That much only? No, the presentation is what the Acharya, what the Shastra is saying there. Jivatma is infinitely small, where you cannot reach at all. That means it is such a small, you cannot reach. And you bring, that means it's physically you cannot locate that. It's not a physical part actually. So it's not a physical part actually. It is a chit actually. Chit means you cannot fix into the physical world. And here avidya is covering that kind of part. Okay. So then Jivatma is forgetting himself and understanding. So himself as body.
Hare Krishna, Dandatna.
Yes, bro.
But Krishna also clearly saying in 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, no? Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavrata. He's saying samavrata, it is covered by my yoga maya. So Jivatma is subjected for covering, isn't it?
Yeah. It's covering means we are taking the one part and covering the other.
Not our physical covering.
Yeah. It's,
that means the knowledge is covered. Like the sun is there in the sky, but the cloud still covers. But it doesn't mean that the sun is gone. That is called, we are understanding as covering, isn't it?
Yeah, covering is having the very, it's not a physical. So anyway, you all come to the Vedanta Sutras next. I'm advertising my course by this.
Jai.
Sure, Prabhuji.
It's a very deep subject. Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Prabhu, also one more clarification. A lot.
You'll be learning there. Only this kind of fighting will happen there.
No fight.
No, not fighting, it's debate actually. This is the way the Nayayikas, people, they'll think like this only. They'll put argument. So you are saying covering, then why this is, then we'll be saying it's not physical. Like that, it's to understand the subject matter. Any argumentation should be there for the healthy way. So to understand the truth.
Subject matter, yes. So Prabhu, one more clarification. So it's clear for us, the Shiva Tattva is greater than the Jiva Tattva, but not equal to Vishnu Tattva. That is clear.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
But Shiva Tattva can also give liberation to Jiva, correct?
No. This is clearly said actually in the Bhagavatam itself. Shiva Tattva cannot give the liberation because that is possible with only the Vihesha. That means Swamsha only can do that. So which is already beyond the modes and which cannot be touched. So such a potential, that means Sakshat Parabrahmatma should be there in that. So that is not there in the Shiva. So that's a liberation.
Correct. Is Gunavatar. Correct.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, at this part of liberation, if Shiva considered as a guru, he's a Mahabhagavata.
Yes.
Rudra Sampradaya is there. So if Shiva is considered as a guru, guru can liberate the disciples, right?
Guru can liberate means he can help in that. But
so in that sense, Shiva can liberate.
Yeah. So as a Vaishnava, he is a Vaishnavana Metashambho. So majorly, if he is devotee, Shiva is a devotee, then he can help us in progress in the devotion. Ultimately, then who is doing devotion? That is Lord Swarupa Sakti.
Yeah. And another part, like the Jiva is covered with a gross body, you cannot say that gross body has not covered. Literally, it has covered because that Jiva is inside the in the Hridaya
yes.
area. That means he is similarly.
Yeah.
Subtle body is also covering that
Yes.
jiva.
Yes.
So in that sense, it is covered.
It's covered, yeah. But what Ananta's question is, Ananta Prabhu's, so Ananta Krishna Prabhu's, so is it like physical? Because at that time, dimensions also not created. Space is not
Yeah,
created.
subtly
That-
covered.
Yeah, that is the point actually. His point is, so is it like physical world what we see now? So that kind of covering, no, it is quite different covering actually. So because the space and the time, these are the two things. So we use actually in the day-to-day life. So these are not at all there even at the before this creation, when Karnano Sai Vishnu is not opened his eyes, means even there is no time also. Time is also not there. And in the spiritual world also there is no time at all. So and also there is no space also, because space is coming even later. So that's why that then where you locate then Jivatma. So in that this condition where you can see the how you can locate the Jivatma where there is no space. So that's why that space is that Jivatma's position is beyond the existing the dimensions actually. That's the point actually. His point is.
Prabhuji, actually, I heard one way of explanation. I don't know how much this is Sastric. I mean, that Jivatma is kind of attached. The word used is attached. So it is attached to the subtle body. So it is instead of
Yeah, because we are thinking through our mind, which is created by our intelligence we are using, which are created even later actually. So that's why they are also is beyond this mind and the intelligence. So it's a difficult problem. We cannot locate now actually.
Prabhuji, but that Prabhu is mentioning attached, it is Sangha, no? Karanam Guna Sangoshya. Sat Asat Yoni Janma. So Krishna is saying, so that is
Yeah.
Sangha. The association, it's called attached.
Yeah. So that means maybe we might be thinking that there is a no, you bring this pen and hand, so there is attached. So
Yeah,
this
that is
kind
something.
of
That's a Sangha.
can be,
Yes.
yeah. So that's what the point is. Since Jivatma is not a physical element, it is not created from the Prakriti. So that's why this is attachment, but it is very different. We cannot understand just like in the physical world, in the existing physical world, whatever two objects, if you bring together, that attachment is there. So it's not like that, because that material itself is very different.
Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. Actually, this subject is inconceivable. That is the fact.
Yeah.
Beyond our perception, beyond our understanding.
But
But
here
we are trying to cover or trying to access something through our intelligence and mind. Yeah, you're right, bro. Thank you.
This argument also, this question also was raised that Jivatma, if it is like transcendental, how it manipulates matter. And there it is, the answer given was that through Paramatma, only it manipulates. Means Paramatma is given that empowerment, where it can manipulate the matter. So that Paramatma can, like, because of his arrangement.
Manipulate means what, Prabhu?
Manipulate the matter means we manipulate something, na Prabhuji. The matter we can touch, we can change, something like that.
Actually, Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti. So these two are Jivatma uses actually. If you want to do actions, so you want to move this hand. So Jivatma, so he is moving this hand. Actually, how it is happening? So Kriya Shakti, to move this, that some Kriya Shakti is needed. So that is belong to the Paramatma. So that Paramatma sanctions to this Jivatma based upon the karma of the Jivatma, which is already covered by that.
So in the same way with the gunas also, Jivatma is kind of attached, kind of, or binded, something like that.
Yeah. Actually, Prabhu, I have to finish my syllabus. Actually, Prabhu, I am really, because by the second week of February. So I have first week of February. So now another 6 plus or 7 plus 9 days we have. Total 9 days only we'll get. And I will take, please don't take another way. So from the next Sunday onwards, so I'll be taking a bit next weekend, so onwards, fastly. So I'll take questions later, Prabhu. Sorry. I'll be finishing the syllabus and we'll meet in another course. So, because that is immediately is the next course only, because situation came like that, because the teacher also because of the other work, actually Kanai Krishna Prabhu has to do that, because he's having some other busy work. So it should be started by this January 7th, but something happened, so he couldn't start it. And and that's why you may ask that why you take that much early, but because that course also we cannot postpone. Already money was taken, and all money means whatever that means, they registered, actually they registered and they are expecting, and if you postpone for the many days, many months also is a problem. Anyway, my point is, so we'll finish it quickly, and I will take less number of doubts, and maybe you can ask offline, so you can through somehow, yeah. So and finish the syllabus. Yeah. But I really appreciate questions, and I also relish. Otherwise, you give me in this vacation, if you give me the more number of days, because it's a daytime. If you have daytime, I'm ready to sit even the 2-3 hours with all of you. So daytime, Indian daytime, actually IST. So if you give Indian daytime, because every day I have the evening time classes, Bhakti Shastri classes. That means whole month I have classes, Hindi and English. So that's why weekdays evening time is not possible. In weekdays, if you have daytime, so I can appreciate, and so we can so phases in the same phase we can go and finish. Maybe another 5-6 extra days you can take. If all are you okay, then any common time if you suggest, I am ready to sit.
For me, it is okay, Prabhuji.
Huh?
For me, it is okay.
But these many are from
Weekends.
US also. They are the Ramcharan Prabhu and Mataji, and also maybe I think
No, Prabhuji said weekends, right? That is Friday, Saturday, and
No,
Sunday.
weekdays, not weekend. Weekdays means
weekdays.
Monday to Friday.
Yeah, Monday to Friday. My Monday to Friday, so anytime actually, any before 7 o'clock, because 7 o'clock my class starts. So before 7 o'clock. So
Friday is okay for me, Prabhuji.
So others?
Yeah, bro. For me also Friday fine.
Friday, what time, Prabhu?
Anytime.
Mataji, Mataji. It's not
It'll be
possible.
very late, Prabhuji. It'll be like 8:30, 9 o'clock, you'll be starting the class. So, and then when the time changes, it'll be even later, like into the night it goes. It'll be difficult.
What time?
Yeah.
What is your time? If we start here the class by 3 o'clock evening, or 3 p.m.
Your 3 p.m. will be my 4:30 a.m.
Right? Like
Mangalarti.
If we start in the morning, like morning Bhagavatam, like at the time Bhagavatam class, probably then it will be night for us. That I can manage.
That is also I'm okay. I'm working morning. Morning 9 o'clock also is okay for me. Our morning 9 a.m.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
fine. That will be 10. Yeah, 10:30 for me.
Whole schedule will be disturbed.
Even 7 o'clock
Morning.
also okay for me. Morning 7 a.m. also.
Yeah.
Oh, here for us
good.
it will be 4:30 in Gulf.
Acha.
Early morning. Again chanting hours, Mangalarti hours.
And our morning schedules also will be completely different.
9 o'clock is okay. 9
I
a.m.
think you finish, Prabhuji, like as you said.
Okay, I
Later
will
on,
finish it.
Vedanta Sutra, we can discuss it in so much detail.
Okay.
Prabhuji, when is Bhakti Sandarbha starting? Which date?
Bhakti Sandarbha will start from 31st January.
Okay, so that's the same time you're starting Vedanta Sutra.
Same time. Because before that Bhakti Sandarbha starts, my Bhakti Shastri is over.
Maltese.
So immediately then I will be catching that. That means evening every day I have class for coming next 4 months. Every day I have class.
That's good.
And daytime also another 4 hours I will have. 4 to 5 hours on daytime and evening 2 hours. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, we'll end here. So today's discussion. So tomorrow, not tomorrow. So next Saturday, we'll try to finish Anadya Nivritti. After that, very easy. So small things are there. That I will try to finish quickly. And something is really needed on the ending last week. So we'll be seeing that. So how to do that? Something is remaining. So February 1st week. So I will try to finish by the February 1st week, first weekend. Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta kodi Vaishnava bhaktarvrinda ki.
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Yeah.
Nitai Gaur Premanand.
Hari Hari.
His Grace Venugopal Prabhuji ki jai.
Yeah.
Shri Prabhupada ki jai.